Welcome to episode number 33. I'm going to guess episode number 33, although I don't really know. But does it really matter? Absolutely not. This is That's Cooked with Steph DeLanda and usually Mance Warner. Usually Mance Warner is sitting right next to me, but he is on the road, so I'm doing a solo sesh. Once again, it's never as fun without my lovely husband. But you know what? We're still going to do an episode. We're still going to bring you guys the content that you so desire. So I'm here in the stew by myself. I just went to turn off the air filters to the fish tanks because they make way too much background noise when I'm recording a podcast. And I knocked over a whole thing of fish food. And I don't know if you guys know what fish food's made out of, but it's made out of fish, ground up fish. So like krill and shrimp and shit. So it stinks. And now two of my cats are losing their minds in that area around the base of the tank because they can smell it and they're like, what is going on? But anyways, that's my house. Guys, super exciting news. I actually have heaps of super exciting news today. Oh my God, there's literally so much exciting news. Okay, let's start. My mum, for Mance's birthday, got him, well, this is also shout out to Sue Balls. She knows how much she killed it with this gift. Because you know how sometimes your mum gets you something and you're like, it's like almost what I needed, but not. Like it's along the same lines, but I said this, like, you know, you said something randomly like 3 years ago and then you get it and you're like, oh, cool. I hope you guys understand what I mean by that. But anyways, so it's always a bit of a lucky dip. But that's like anything. Buying gifts for anyone, it's like, who fucking knows what people want or people need? But I had added a sound bar to my Amazon what? Amazon wish list. Hold on. I need to crack my back. Oh my God, that felt good. Okay. Sorry. I had a soundbar on my Amazon wish list, which also had a subwoofer and like 2 surround sound speakers. And my mum bought us that. Bought it for Mans, but obviously it's for both of us because we live together. And we've had it for like a week. Actually, maybe 2. Oh my God. Okay. So Mance and I got these speakers and we had to mount the 2 surround sound speakers, right? Like wall mount them. And I was like, how are we going to do this? And Mance was like, do we really need the surround sounds? I was like, no, we definitely need them. So then I remembered that I had Amazon floating shelves that arrived months ago. And I honestly don't even know what I fucking bought them for. But once we had them, I was like, I don't need this for anything. I think I was going to like hang stuff above the fish tanks. But then I thought about it more and was like, if anything falls off and it's going to smash my tanks. So maybe we just shouldn't put anything above there. So I want to put some sort of That's Cooked signage, but I'm really nervous about wall mounting something above the fish tanks. So I might just have to do like a tapestry or something really lightweight that like if it does fall, it's not going to smash the tanks. Anyways, so I got these speakers and we had these floating shelves and I was like, why don't we mount the floating shelves on the back wall and put these speakers on the wall? Sounded good in theory. Anyways, in practice, hold on. In practice, not so much at all. I mean, we spent a good 2 hours one night last week absolutely destroying the wall, like fucking the wall up in our apartment complex. More than anything you could do. Like I showed, anyways, we fucked the wall up. We gave up. We realized these shelves ain't going to work. As soon as we put the speakers on, they fell off. We've got cats. Like we've got a dog now. We can't have non-secured speakers fucking 10 feet in the air. Like we can't. Anyways, then I bought on Amazon like little, because I was like, wait, surely there's like a way. Like how else do people hang these motherfuckers? And then I realized, of course, there's fucking wall mounts. So then I bought a wall mount. I bought wall mounts for them. And then yesterday I was like, I'm going to set up the speakers. And I like tried and looked at the instructions and I was like, oh my God, I can't. And I was getting I've been getting overconfident with my abilities. Like I really thought that floating wall was going to be really easy, and it wasn't, the floating shelf. So then when I looked at the directions for these speaker mounts, I was like, if I fuck these walls up again, I've destroyed an entire wall in this house. Like, we don't own this place. We rent it. Like, fuck. And then the wall's going to look terrible. So then I asked my good friend, Indy Hartwell, who is Bob the Builder, if she would come over and help wall mount them. And she came over today. And it sounds so good. I was playing music before through the speakers, and I was like, holy shit. This literally sounds so good. So I'm stoked about that. And what else? Yeah, no, she's like super, super handy. Anything in the house that I've ever needed help with, she always comes over and helps like install. I've gotten a lot better over the last couple of years of being like a little bit more independent and like learning how to use a drill and like how to do stuff like that. But I have to say, and I love Mance, and I'm not bearing him on the podcast while he's not here, I don't know if he's the handiest guy in the world, and he's going to be so angry if I say that. But let me tell you what I'm basing this off. I bought a bidet for our bedroom because they're fucking great. If you've ever been to Japan and washed your ass correctly, you realize that the rest of the world is living in filth. So I bought us a bidet for the master bathroom. And oh my God, you would have thought that like he was at war with this bidet. Anyway, he finally got it installed. But he said it was very, very challenging and very, very tough. Personally, I think I could have installed it in 15 minutes. But also, the man is not here sitting next to me to defend himself. So who knows? But yeah, Indy came over and really took my living space to the next level. It sounds phenomenal. But now the sound bar is covering the sensor on our TV, and I'm going to have to get lifts to put the TV up a little bit higher because you can't fucking reach the sensor, which is really annoying. But that's a first world problem if I've ever heard of one. So I'm going to get over it. I am wearing a We Love Bay Chris Bay t-shirt from Pro Wrestling Tees. I don't know if they're still on the website. Hopefully they are. But if you go and buy one of these t-shirts from Pro Wrestling Tees, 100% of the proceeds will be going to the recovery of our dear friend Chris Bay, who I work with at TNA. So yeah, guys, go support Chris Bay. They've got a GoFundMe, a whole bunch of other stuff. So go check it out if you guys can. Also, while we're doing plugs, I got brand new beanies. Look, Steph DeLanda beanie. Let me put one on. Hold on. I feel like, let me just put one on so you guys can really see it in action, you know? Steph DeLanda beanies. Right now, by the time this episode is released, they will be available at stephdelandastore.com. Perfect for a Christmas gift. Perfect for yourself as it gets colder. Perfect for everyone and everything. Go and check out stephdelandastore.com. I will be releasing my holiday collection very, very soon. It looks like my camera is going to run out of batteries. And at this point, I feel like I'm going to be squeezing two episodes together. Let me see if I can charge this. This is like crazy. Everything in my life is running out of battery. Okay, it says it's plugged in. So we'll see what happens. God, is that a meeting of the minds going on? I have 3 cats are all sitting together. Who is that? Denver, Helen, and Spaghetti are all sitting in a little circle. It's crazy. Okay, so on pets, let me see if she'll come out. Hold on. Guys, we adopted a dog. This is Starbelly Sneech. Look at her. Sneechy. Is that my Sneechy? Do you have anything to say? Is it scary? I'll tell you her story in a second. She's wearing a jacket. It's like a dog anxiety jacket because she's a little scared puppy. But I'm going to tell you guys the story. I'm just going to put her on the couch. Story of Starbelly Sneetch. Where do I even begin? We've wanted a dog for a long time. I've wanted a dog my entire life. Mance has wanted a dog his entire life. He's had dogs growing up, whereas I never had one. And his mum has one too. I was never allowed a dog. But I always wanted one. Like every Christmas when it would be like, Steph, what do you want for Christmas? I would be like, all I want is a fucking dog. Like my whole life, like all my friends had dogs. I felt like every single person had a dog except me. It was so sad. Anyways, so as I got older, when I started training to wrestle and I quit hairdressing, I started working at a pet store, like a Petco or a PetSmart. They didn't sell puppies, but we adopted out cats. And I worked there for like 5.5 years and it was like my favorite job ever. Like I literally said to them, I was like, I'm only quitting this job when I get signed to WWE. Like I love this job. I'm never leaving. Like I just loved it. So I worked with dogs for like 5.5 years. Like everyone would bring their dogs in. So I worked with so many different dogs of different breeds and I loved it. It was like the best job ever. Oh my gosh, she's so scared. But I wanted a dog. I was never allowed to have a dog. And then when I moved here, because I was with WWE and I was gone so much and I was also living by myself, didn't feel like the right time. Then when I got fired and I was on the road every single week, multiple days a week with Matt, certainly wasn't the right time because I was living alone and also gone 24/7. Then when Mance moved in, it was like, all right, this is like a bit more, at least there's the two of us, but we also have 4 cats and we were in a 1-bedroom. It's like now we're in a 2-bedroom apartment. We live together. We have the 4 cats, but I had my neck surgery a few weeks ago and it's like realistically our schedule isn't going to get any lighter for the next 10 to 15 years probably. But now I'm going to be home for 6 months. If there's ever a time for us to get a dog, it has to be now. Like we might not have 6 months off ever again, like as long as we are healthy, right? So I was like, I think now's the time. And I was looking, hi Starbelly. Hi Starbelly. I was looking on the websites for so long, like trying to find the perfect dog. And I applied to so many different rescues. Do you want me to hold you? Okay. I applied to so many different rescues. Oh, I'm standing up. Applied to so many different rescues and I just wasn't even getting a reply from most places. And that was like really frustrating and upsetting because I knew that I could offer a good home to a dog. But they like wouldn't even reply to my email. And I think I understand some of it because it's like, are you scared? Oh my goodness. It's like the saddest thing. She's just, we're getting there. She's honestly like improved so much though. But yeah, I couldn't even get a reply from a lot of places. And I understand because I think sometimes like I understand the situations where it's like, look, this dog needs to go to a home with another dog or this dog needs to be in XYZ environment. Like I understand that. But it did feel disheartening sometimes because it was just like very hard to even communicate or get like a reply from these places. Anyways, I knew I wanted a small dog just because of our living situation and, you know, our like, I don't know, our lifestyle, I guess. And I knew I wanted like, I didn't want a puppy. I ideally wanted a dog that was like 2, max 3, right? Like a young adult dog. And obviously we needed them to get along with cats. And I saw there was one dog that I was looking at, but the rescue place wouldn't even reply to me. And I was like emailing them every day. I was commenting on their Facebook posts. I was commenting on their Instagrams being like, guys, I've made multiple applications for this dog. Like I've emailed you, check your emails. And they would like the comments, but not reply to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways, so I really liked the look of that dog, just like his vibe. And he was a Chinese crested mix. So then I was kind of like, what's the deal with like Like, I feel like these dogs are very rare in Australia, but they seem to be a little bit more common in America. And I was like, I don't really know much about this breed, but I like the look of them. Like, I think they're just like goofy. And like they're a small dog. And honestly, I just had the filter for Pet Finder set to like small dogs in Florida, and there happened to be like a batch of Chinese cresteds that, well, I think maybe like 4 or 5 came in together into a rescue in Port Richey, Florida. And so I made an application, and then, but it's like 2.5 hours away from Orlando. So it's like a decent drive. I made an application for, I think, Starbelly and maybe one more. And they texted me back pretty quickly and like asked if we wanted to come down and meet the dogs. So already this has been like a whole bunch more communication than anywhere else. And then I was like, yeah, let's go tomorrow. So Mance and I drove 2.5 hours. We left at like 8:30 a.m. I think, or 9 a.m. to come and meet these dogs. And there was 3 of them, and they brought them into like this little gated off, like the little back area yards where I guess like the kennels where they let them run around and stuff. And there was 3 of them, and they were all tiny and pretty scared. And Starbelly, I don't know, she was the first one that caught my eye, and the same kind of thing with the way that she was when we went and saw them. Like, she just seemed like such a little sweet dog. And we both kind of looked at each other and were like, yeah, this is our dog. So that was kind of how we ended up with her, and we took her home that day. So we weren't ready. Like, we were ready, of course, but like we hadn't gone and got like a crate or like food or anything yet. Like, I knew what we needed, and I knew what was going to go into it, but we just hadn't like physically bought all the stuff yet. So we literally had to like get home and go buy all this stuff. But like they said that she couldn't walk on the leash, and she walks on the leash. She gets scared of certain stuff. Like, she'll stop and doesn't really like kids. And not that she doesn't like kids. I think she's never been around kids. And I think because they're noisy, she's like, what? But then like today she walked past kids fine. So it seems like stuff that she hasn't been exposed to before, she's initially fearful of. But then as she's exposed to it more, she realizes she's okay. She accepts it more, if that makes sense. Like, you know, it took a couple of days for her to feel comfortable with the stairs, and now she runs up the stairs. And so I think there's just going to be certain things that she just needs to be a bit more exposed to. But also, like, if she's like a nervous dog, then she's a nervous dog. You know what I mean? Like, she's completely allowed to be. Like, the lady where they got her from, and I don't even know if they're siblings, but the other dogs that she came in from was like a hoarding case and breeding situation. So this lady had over 100 dogs in her house and wasn't neutering or spaying them. So then they were just starting to breed. So Starbelly has had puppies before, which is like so sad. So she's been through a lot, and she's only like 2, they think. So she's been through a lot. She's seen a lot. As she's getting more comfortable in her home, she's like opening up more every day, where I feel like I'm unlocking a new Starbelly trait. Like today, I saw her chew on her toy for the first time. You know, so there's like little things like that are always like she's unlocking a new. This morning I saw her eat out of the cat's food bowl for the first time. So she's doing little cheeky stuff, and as she's getting more comfortable, she's finding her own personality, which is like the cutest, most heartwarming thing I've ever seen to watch. Like, I reckon I've happy cried 10 times since we got her, and it's been 6 days. Just because, like, to see her finally be able to relax. I don't think this dog's, oh my God, I don't want to get upset. I don't think this dog's ever been able to relax before in her life. Oh my God, stop. So to be able to see her finally have moments of like being a dog and being a puppy and being a young dog and playing and getting excited, like, it's all stuff that I wonder, like, has she ever had this before? like, was she ever allowed to run around and jump around and play and sit in the fresh air? And, you know, like I don't know. It's just sad to think about what they could have like been through and experienced that we don't know about. But that's why it's like, I always knew the power of like rescuing an animal from my job. And also like even just seeing the transformation of dogs that would come in, how fearful they were at the start, and then how they would open up and get more comfortable, and like knowing what it takes to do all of that stuff. But also, like, I've rescued all my cats too. So it's like, I know the kind of feeling of like I wonder what you went through. But I've never had a dog before, and I don't know the history of any of my cats. I mean, Denver was 8 weeks old, so it's like she really hadn't experienced a whole bunch. I don't know the history of Dallas. She was about 18 months when I got her, and Spaghetti and Helen, Mance both got when they were babies, but both rescues. Like, Spaghetti was found in a field. But the fact that we got Starbelly at 2 and knowing that she was seized from that situation is like, you know, you can't help but just like sit and wonder and think like, I wonder what she has been through, and I wonder what she has seen. And she's been sleeping so much, and I think she's just like literally for the first time relaxing. What is that noise? There's like, one of the cats is doing something in the background. I think this is her first time of like being able to relax, you know, and she's chilling out, and she's jumping on the couch, and she's jumping on the bed, and she's just so happy to be comfortable and to be warm. And I know she feels safe in the house. And I know that, like, as I said, she's opening up so much in such a short period of time. Denver literally just got one of the tins of dog food, like wet dog food, and was trying to eat it. She's such a little gremlin. Food gremlin. Do you guys have a pet that's just an absolute food gremlin? Food goblin, honestly. That is Denver. So yeah, that's the latest and greatest. We're parents, and it feels amazing. I'm very happy. I'm very blessed. I love this dog. Mance loves this dog. We all love this dog. She's just a little perfect little bubble of joy and love. And that's that on the Starbelly front. I did a photo shoot the other day with Harry, yesterday actually. And I was like so tired going into it. I so didn't want to do it. I was like, I've been really stressed the last few days. I think just because I knew I had a lot of stuff to do, and I'd been procrastinating a few things. But also adding a new baby to the mix definitely takes up like more of your spare time, and not in a negative way, but just in a reality way of like, okay, now we have to factor in taking her to the bathroom and spending time training with her. You know what I mean? Like it's just changing your routine. So I think I've been adjusting to that the last week. But anyways, I was just feeling stressed and didn't really want to shoot. But then we did one with Harry, and like I literally bought the costumes off Amazon, hadn't even tried them on. I didn't buy any props. I was just so like, dude, like I can give you 2 hours and we just need to shoot some shit to tick this box, and then I just got to go. Like I can't. And anyways, I got the photos, and then like the most awesome, best looking, like Harry is so talented. Shout out Harry Aaron, because yeah, these pics are so cool. I'm so excited. We've got Christmas merch on the way. We're getting t-shirts, trading cards. I've got Christmas tree ornaments, restocking a lot of the older stuff. What else? We've got Christmas cards. We've got a lot of stuff coming, guys. So keep your eyes peeled for the holiday collection to be dropping very, very soon on stephdelandstore.com. But yeah, other than that, this week, oh my God, she's shaking. This week was just a little catch up because Mance is not here and I'm sad. But that's just showbiz, baby. It's mom duties. It's mom duties. So yeah, that's the latest and greatest from me. If you like what you see, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on socials at Steph DeLanda. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to another episode of That's Cooked. Until next time, that is cooked.